why time management is a game changer for top performing agents. I think the main thing is delegation. Someone told me a while ago, you can't do everything, right? And in fact, it becomes counterproductive to try and do anything. I know we're all kind of control freaks and we all kind of want to do everything ourselves and be on top of everything. But actually having a good team around you that you can trust and delegate, who are a true extension of yourself, is the only way you're going to be able to grow in this business and increase those numbers and build a team around you who are producing. Because at the end of the day, unless you learn to delegate, you're going to plateau and you're probably just going to be super stressed and burn yourself out pretty quickly. So, as top performing agents out there, it's extremely important to reach your full potential by delegating. Very, very powerful tool, very, very important, very difficult to do. But once you start doing it, it becomes easier and easier. The biggest time wasting habits, if you guys want to chime into that one, what do you think, in your opinion, are the biggest time wasting habits? For me, it would basically be doing things that I could delegate out, right? So what is my best use of time? What is going to enable me to focus and really put all my energy into building my business and building my production? And I feel that a lot of agents will basically try and do everything. But I would genuinely say that as soon as you can afford to hire an assistant, do it. Because when James and I first hired our first assistant, it changed our lives exponentially. I think that we, as a new agent, it's very difficult at the beginning when you're just struggling to do a deal and pay your bills and keep up financially. It's very difficult then to put someone on the payroll. We get it. But what you can do is you can hire an assistant on a hybrid, arrangement contract. So what we did is we hired the assistant. It was a low basic because frankly, we couldn't afford to have that overhead. And what we did is we said to our assistant, who became our assistant, take the ride with us. You have to believe in us and where we're going. And we want you to be incentivized and effectively be part of our team, not just an employee per se. So obviously we kept the basic to as low as possible, but we put a percentage. So whatever we made in commissions, we would offer out as a percentage to our assistant. And she jumped on that. And it was great because she really believed in us. And she ended up earning more through being on a hybrid of a basic salary and a percentage of our commissions than being on a really high salary, which at the time we couldn't afford to take on. So I think that's a really, really important thing to do, is hire an assistant. And if you're struggling financially, if you don't want to take on that overhead with a high salary, then offer that hybrid out. Offer a percentage of your commissions. That was hugely valuable to us, and we still do that to this very day. It's a great tool. It lowers your your overhead, your fixed overhead, and it really aligns everyone. It incentivizes your assistant and incentivizes your team, and everyone's happy and excited when a deal happens. The 80-20 rule, focusing on the tasks that drive the most results. Now, again, this is extremely important as far it all ties back into delegation. As and when you build a team around you, you'll realize that in order to really continue to grow and to get to the top, you need to put your energy into the tasks that are going to drive them the best results. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to sit there doing administrative tasks or doing things that I can delegate out. I'm going to delegate them out so that my time is freed up to call clients, go for client meetings, go to listing appointments, call new clients, existing clients, previous clients, check in with them, because it's all about getting in front of buyers and sellers. And if we're not constantly in contact with buyers and sellers, we're not going to maintain our pipeline. We're not going to build our pipeline, and then we're not going to maintain it, because we always need to be going on listing appointments. We always need to be speaking with buyers. So the longer you go in this business, the bigger your contact book is going to become. Therefore, you're not going to lose contact. It's important not to lose contact with clients. You always want to check in with them, because it's not just they may want to sell their house or they may decide they want to buy something. It's also hugely important because they may have a referral for you. You know, maybe they just spoke to someone, they had dinner with someone. I mean, I was looking through my phone book the other week, and I was just checking in with someone, and I just, actually, it happens to be a general contractor that's built houses for me in the past, and we have a good relationship for many years. And I was like, look, I got a couple of people in mind that I want to refer you business that are looking to build houses and remodel, etc. And just, keep me in mind in case you know of anyone that wants to sell. And, lo and behold, maybe 5 days later, I get a call, and this gentleman on the line says that so-and-so told me to give you a call because I'm working on a house right now and they're interviewing agents to sell. Can you meet with them today? I said, absolutely. Went and met with them, got the listing, sold it. It was a big deal and it was great. But that only happened because I was going through my phone book and checking in with my contacts. And it's hugely important. One thing is having contacts, another thing is being on top of them. Check in with them, and don't take for granted that they're just going to call you. It's important that we're proactive in this business, and that goes to the 80-20 rule. I would recommend spending 80% of my time networking, looking for new business, calling existing clients, looking for new clients, calling previous clients, sitting open houses, doing stuff that is going to generate business, that's going to keep my pipeline growing and continue to maintain it as well. So it's super important.